What's up, guys? This is Kyle from Wax Museum, and you see here I just got back from the Tampa card show, and I know there are a couple different Tampa card shows. This is the one at the Holiday Inn. It's one that I've talked about on here many times before, so similar location but different style of video today. You can see me adjusting the GoPro there. So Mrs. Wax Museum, she heard me talking at one point saying, you know, it would be better when I'm going through these boxes if I actually had a GoPro or some way to attach a camera to me. So she made that happen. So a lot of today was just experimenting with different angles and different styles and seeing what kind of content I can make with this. So, you know, just let me know in the comments what you want to see, even if it's just me going through a box without a lot of commentary. If I find a good box, maybe I could make that a separate video. I don't know. Just let me know. You're not going to see a lot of wheeling and dealing, though, because that's not really something that I do, even though I do buy cards, obviously, every time I go. For instance, today I only bought 3 cards. So the show overall, before I get into some of the more specific scenes, the show overall was very busy today. In fact, it was hard to move around at some points, which I think that's a good thing, just because it means there's a lot of traffic in there. So people will try to tell you that everything's horrible, everything's in a bad spot, the interest is not there. I think the interest is still there. It's just a lot of people now have a lot more time under their belt. People know what they're looking for. Their tastes have changed a little bit, so there's a lot of engagement, but maybe not into some of the high dollar stuff, or maybe people aren't paying as much for stuff as they used to. So it's just a different time in the hobby, but overall I would say that the hobby is normalizing somewhat, and it is in a good spot. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the other sights and sounds and some of the other footage that I captured on this GoPro camera today. And then at the end, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a recap of the cards that I picked up. Alright, so this first box here is a good example of why I try to look in every box if I have time. That doesn't mean I get to every box, but I try to if I have time. The front of this box had a label on it that said every card in here was $3 a piece. And as you can see here, I found a 1974 George Gervin rookie. Now, granted, it is pretty beat up, and I'll give you a much better look at condition later in the video when I'm showing my few pickups. But I'll grab any Gervin rookie for $3, even if it is pretty beat up. And my initial impression of this box just from the outside was, hey, that's probably a lot of early 90s, low-end stuff, or junk wax, as some people might like to call it. But you can see here there's a good mix of 70s and 80s. There's some commons, there's some semi-stars, but the fact that Gervin rookie in there made that box worth going through. So even on the second day of a show like this, if you have the time and you can put the time in, you are likely to find some things that will ultimately pay off for your collection in the long run.
Did you see the Halliburton RPA?
Where's that at? Oh yeah, immaculate. So the thing, I'm hesitant on buying Kings, and then I know there's very little, but the non-game worn stuff, yeah.
Well, that's the thing with most rookie stuff.
It's just going to be flawless, yeah.
Even flawless. Well, is it all flawless?
Flawless is game worn, yeah. And they announced the new sell sheet just came out for the new flawless, and it's going to be all game worn as well.
I picked that up yesterday. Traded a bunch of cards and then paid some cash. But I love it with Jerry West on it too.
That's insane.
2 legends. And Jerry West is, he's getting old.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, there's not many.
To say, but the day he dies, that's going to be a
There's not many
card,
duels with both of them either, I don't think.
Nope. So. And it's NT, so it's a good one.
Okay, so there's not really a lot that I want to add here as far as commentary goes, but this dealer rips a lot of modern high-end stuff, so there's really a lot of nice stuff in this box. So I just wanted to flip through it on camera. So if that's not what you're into, then skip over the next 4 minutes of this video and you'll get my recap at the end. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy these next few minutes here.
I know you got into that one, huh?
Don't ask me about that one.
Me too. I got burned by him too.
I just want to get my losses and get done with it.
That's the way I was a few months ago, right before the end of the season.
He's so good, but like, just gotta stay healthy.
Oh, you graded that? Did you have that raw?
Nah, that would be like great.
I remember that last time.
He's on the Pacers too now.
Is he Naismith?
Yeah.
Oh, I got another. You were the one that told me about this guy. Wings and
Yeah, I
Feet.
saw you got.
There's another one.
two
There's
in
two.
there.
Yeah.
I told you, stuff's
I couldn't believe it. Like
surprising.
60, 80 bucks.
Right.
Almost 100.
and the pre-panini stuff's even higher.
Yeah, that's weird.
2 out of 3.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's badass.
How's it going?
What's up, man?
That's a rookie. Come on, check it.
I like that.
Buy more cars, Todd?
I appreciate it.
A year.
What's your shoe?
Betting against the Jaguars.
That's out of 15, I'll give it to you.
Karma, send them to him.
It's just a picture. I wish I had a video.
I appreciate it. Those are awesome.
That's wild.
I love that. For sure, man.
Sent me a picture.
Still the same thing.
You don't see it every day.
Do you think I can take a look at the Black Fedora Najee?
You never see that.
Yeah. Top one.
Top one.
I just actually got that back Thursday from PSA. Fresh. It's a fresh one.
I feel like they're gonna lose by 100. I think it happened.
It's a pop one, right? What do you got on it?
280, I think.
280?
Yeah, you set the price on it. You know?
Right. So go play
I think
football.
these raw go for like 60 bucks roughly, 50 to 60.
Okay.
So I kind of just did like a multiplier valuation on it.
I got you.
Miami, Tennessee, and Pittsburgh. They all
Yeah, I had a couple other Najees yesterday graded, but they went quick.
Yeah.
You a Pittsburgh fan?
Am I what?
Pittsburgh fan?
No, I just collect like all the good rookies. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place and everything. I have Jags, Dolphins, Pats, everything.
Well, I got some Mac Jones for you.
Oh, I can't get in on that. I wish I could.
Who do you get in on then?
All the other guys. You buying them?
Mainly trade.
Okay, so I came away from today's show with just 3 cards, and one of them is headed out to someone else. But you already saw this one earlier in the video. This is the beat-up George Gervin, and I'll give you a closer look here because you couldn't really tell from that original footage. But the seller was like, that's beat up. Yes, it's very beat up, but for $3, I will buy any Gervin rookie for $3. So I'm not upset about that at all. And yes, this one is pretty rough. I've got some Gervins that are, almost equally as bad, but probably none quite as bad as that one. And then you saw this Maxi Kleba card here, which is not going into my PC, but I sent a message to Christina's PC from the crossover team, and she was interested in that. So I went back to the seller, and I'd been trying to get this card from him from the previous month. And this is not an expensive card at all, but we were still kind of apart a certain amount. So I just bundled them together, said, hey, would you take this amount And then that way I can give that card to her at cost, and then I end up with a PC card in the process. So this is an Isaiah Jackson Optic Blue. It's a PSA 8. Grade does not matter to me, although it is, as you can see here on the back, a Pop 1. But this is a binder card, especially as a PSA 8. So it was a Pop 1. It's about to be a Pop 0. So let me try this out. I've seen people say put it in a bag so it doesn't go everywhere. And no, I have not upgraded my tools yet. So still got this old bad set of snips here. But for this thin PSA card, it shouldn't be a problem. I mean, really all we just want to do is just get under that slab. Still somehow got outside of the parameters here. And then I want to try and get under that with a screwdriver. Ooh, I've never had that happen before where it cracks before the edge, so probably going to have to take that edge off. But let's see if we can't just pop this thing open still. Yeah, so we can still pop this thing open. And then the most satisfying part, where that all comes apart here. Let's see why this was an 8. Maybe those dimples there. Centering's pretty good on it. But like I said, it's going in my binder either way. Is there a scratch or something on the back? I don't know. That looks pretty good to me. So aside from those dimples, that's a pretty good card there. So anyway, that's my recap of the Tampa card show. Like I said earlier in the video, or I likely said earlier in the video, there were a lot of people in and out of there today, so that's always good. I know people are worried about where the market's at right now. Just because the market is down doesn't mean that interest is down. Those are two completely separate things. It doesn't mean engagement is down. Those are two completely separate things. So go out, support your local card show, and have a good time. So anyway, there you have it. Remember, there are new episodes of the audio podcast that come out every Thursday. And as always, thanks for watching.